when you've got three people, including Big John Fury, the fighting man, when you've got him in the corner shouting and screaming at you, whilst you've got two other people giving you advice, that means you're listening to absolutely nobody.
Instead of remaining silent, John Fury challenged Froch and Tony Bellew to a face-to-face confrontation. What can I say about these two guys? Come and meet me face-to-face, and I'll eat FR alive, and I'll eat Bell alive, Fury said.
You worry about that. And if I'm wrong, me and you will fight straight after.
Yeah!
Yeah, man! Yeah, me and the great man! Whatever the outcome, me and you will fight.
All day, baby.
Threatening to flatten Bell in a matter of seconds. Who had just received an ass handed to him by Froch, also responded to the challenge. Stay away from me and the area around me, or I'll hit you so hard that you won't be able to breathe and will be snoring on the ground.
On a quick response to Bellew and Froch.
Bellew and Froch, what can I say about them guys? Come and meet me face to face. I'll eat Froch alive and I'll eat Bellew alive. And by the way,
Since this isn't the first time we've seen this feud, John Fury's most recent bed fight has garnered a lot of attention. What did Froch and Fury say to each other, and how did the boxing world respond to Fury's defeat to Usyk? Stay in and watch as we reveal in this video that the Fury family is undoubtedly the most despised group in British boxing. After dominating the division for more than 10 years, Tyson Fury is arguably the most successful English boxer. Despite this, people like Carl Froch still occasionally take verbal jabs at him. His father, John Fury, has recently overtaken Fury and is now the most hated person in British boxing.
Anywhere near me, nowhere in the vicinity within my jab, or you will be getting ironed out. You'll be unconscious. You'll be snoring before you hit the floor.
The majority of this hatred stems from Froch, a Hall of Famer and former British boxing champion who cannot stand John Fury because he has embarrassed himself and his country on several occasions. Froch and old John Fury have been feuding since last year when Tyson Fury was set to face Francis Ngannou in a crossover fight at the time Fury Sr. challenged boxing legend.
Pop every now and then.
Carl Froch is a bum and he'll get what the little men get. Bush!
John, are you shocked by the amount of people that have gone against?
Mike Tyson, who was training in John Fury, didn't like the idea of Iron Mike training his son's enemy and put up a bold challenge of him and Iron Mike facing off in the boxing ring alongside Tyson Fury and Francis and Ngannou. Don't you worry about that, and if I'm wrong, me and you will fight straight. After yeah man, yeah me and the great M whenever they outcome me and you will fight old and baby get on there, this didn't sit well with the boxing world and many slammed Fury Sr. for being foolish and insulting a boxing icon. Froch especially was furious and challenged John Fury to a fight. Of course, John Fury didn't respond and the drama soon died down after the fight.
No disrespect to Carl Froch, he's got a channel with hardly no followers and he's mentioning an old 55-year-old man, a 60-year-old man. Great world champion what he is. You know, that's what it's.
Recently, however, the beef between these two reignited when Froch lashed out at Tyson Fury for not putting in enough effort before his undisputed fight with Usyk. This prompted a barrage of threats from old John, who hates seeing his son disrespected after headbutting a member of Usyk team. Fury Sr. threatened Carl Froch and Tony Bellew, stating that they would be next. Froch has a little pop every now and then. Froch is a bum, and he'll get what the little men get. John, are you shocked by the number of people that have gone against Tyson? SB Froch, however.
Him in the barn or in the boxing ring because he's in the wrong and you cannot be wrong and strong.
Yeah.
You understand? I'm in the right. He's the one that's called this fight on and he's the one that's tried to belittle me.
And there's no money in.
Didn't stay silent, and he warned John Fury about messing with him. He also criticized the former kickboxing champion for creating a scene when he headbutted a member of the Usyk team. Froch emphasized that such behavior is unacceptable and would have resulted in serious consequences in other contexts, particularly in the UK or the US. He condemned Fury's lack of accountability and the apparent leniency shown towards him. Furthermore, Froch addressed John Fury's remarks about him and Tony Bellew. John Fury had threatened and disparaged other people, saying he was unbeatable and bragging about his skill as a bare-knuckle fighter. Froch disputes these claims, pointing out that Fury's professional boxing career was unremarkable and that he had not engaged in a bare-knuckle fight for over a decade. Froch also advised John Fury to keep quiet and stay out of trouble, emphasizing that his continued disruptive behavior would not end well. Finally, Froch noted that although John Fury might have apologized for his actions, it did not seem sincere. Finally, Froch was especially critical of journalists who interviewed Fury with Bell, enabling him to threaten and mock without appropriate investigation. John Fury seems to have followed Froch advice because he avoided controversy for the entire battle. It also seems that the Fury family as a whole had issues with Fury before the bout against Usyk. Shane Fury, Tyson's sibling, also criticized the boxing YouTuber for continuously making fun of them. All in all, no offense to Froch, but he has a very small number of subscribers on his channel, and he mentions a fantastic world champion who is either 55 or 60 years old. You see, that's what it boils down to what he is. Speaking about the drama surrounding John Fur's headbutt, Shane Fury emphasized that there was no need to denigrate fighters and that the fight should be left to the fighters themselves. He also mentioned that there had been pushing and shoveling at the weigh-in regarding the clash with Usyk. Finally, he reaffirmed that Tyson Fury would prove his detractors wrong by demonstrating his superiority in the ring with regard to Carl Froch. When Froch mentioned John Fury on his channel, which Shane Fury said had few subscribers, he responded with disdain. He praised Frey's accomplishments as a world champion, but he also seemed to be implying that Frey's remarks were disrespectful and unneeded. Unless Carl Froch and John Fury get together and discuss their disagreements, the turmoil between them is unlikely to cease. Fans will find it more exciting to spar in the boxing ring. Carl Froch is not just a fervent opponent of John Fury. Irish fighter Joe Egan, who trained under Mike Tyson and has a beef with him, recently discussed his feelings about John Fury, voicing intense feelings and complaints. "I would defeat him in a bar or a boxing ring because he is at fault and you cannot be weak or in the wrong. Yes, you understand that I am in the right because he initiated the fight and is the one who's attempted to minimize me, and the Bond had no money in it." No, he recalled an instance in which Fury was asked whether he knew Egan at the premiere of a film and answered by labeling him a false hard man and a fraud. Egan, who saw Fury as a friend and stressed his sincerity by pointing out that he never claimed to be a tough guy, despite others' frequent accusations to that effect, felt extremely offended by this remark. Egan talked about his own experiences being shot and stabbed as an adult and suffering beatings from childhood abuse. Despite this, he upheld the value of respecting others and refusing to back down from bullies, which made Fury's treachery all the more painful. Egan addressed Fury's public challenge to fight Iron Mike and stated that he is prepared to accept the challenge in order to establish his credibility. He also emphasized the sense of camaraderie and respect that are inherent in the boxing community, which he thought Fury violated. Egan chastised Fury for suggesting a bare-knuckle bout in his barn as an alternative to conventional boxing discussions. Egan said Fury's avoidance was a result of fear and a lack of confidence. Egan was clearly frustrated as he talked about the possible financial and professional opportunities that Fury's actions had taken away from him. He recalled his meager earnings as a professional fighter and the substantial influence that a match with Fury could have had on his life. Egan also thought back to his time spent sparring with elite fighters like Lennox Lewis and Mike Tyson, highlighting the courage and honor needed to face such obstacles. Speaking of Usyk's most recent victory over Tyson Fury, Egan finally denounced Fury's behavior as detrimental to the sport of boxing, arguing that it requires outstanding ambassadors in addition to outstanding fighters. Fury's actions, in his opinion, undermine the values of respect and integrity that boxing should represent. The boxing community continues to share its projections. Presenter Stephen A. Smith recently commented on the bout, saying, "I'm starting to really hate boxing as much as I love it. I'm constantly missing the fights I want to see." This is why the UFC is so popular with people. Dan Smith was both impressed by Usyk's achievement and frustrated by boxing's current status. Smith slammed Fury for attributing Usyk's victory to compassion stemming from the conflict in Ukraine, calling it a low-class move. Smith expressed his mounting discontent with boxing, pointing out that fans are consistently denied the bouts they want to watch. He negatively compared boxing to the UFC, where Dana White makes sure that the big fights happen. Swiftly, Smith brought out earlier setbacks, including the highly anticipated battle between Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder that went south after Joshua was defeated by Andy Ruiz. This resulted in a trilogy between Wilder and Fury, which left Wilder with a reduced opponent. Expectations were also shattered by the latest Usyk-Fury battle. After Anthony Joshua defeated former UFC champion Francis Ngannou Usyk, plans for a fight between Fury and Joshua were shelved, disappointing supporters who were hoping to witness a significant heavyweight clash at Wembley Stadium. Smith attacked the boxing industry for not scheduling the finest fights he brought up Canelo Alvarez's matches, saying that fans would have preferred to see him battle David Benaidez instead of less intriguing opponents. Smith bemoaned the lack of a fight between Canelo and UBBV, as well as the difficulties in securing bouts between elite lightweight and light heavyweight competitors. Smith ended by making a strong case for boxing to get its act together, saying that fights should take place when fans want them to and in the right circumstances. He reflected on former boxing legends like Sugar Ray Leonard, who often produced exciting matchups. Thomas Carlos Duran and Marvin Hagler are heard. Ariel Helwani also talked about Usyk's victory over Fury, expressing high praise for Usyk and excitement about the fight's outcome. Smith urged the boxing industry to follow their example, emphasizing the need for order, legitimacy, and fan satisfaction in the sport. You have to give it to someone. I just wonder if right now Usyk is just on a whole other level, and I do consider him to be the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world. Helwani said that the fight lived up to the expectations of the fans, showcasing Usyk's amazing skills in spite of a considerable weight disadvantage. He cited Usyk's accomplishments, such as his cruiserweight gold medal from the 2012 Olympics and his title as the undisputed champion in the same division prior to moving up to heavyweight. Helwani expressed his admiration for Usyk's performance against Fury, noting that Fury appeared to gain momentum after Usyk won the first 2 rounds, but Usyk eventually regained control. He also highlighted the fact that Usyk almost knocked Fury out, with Fury being saved by the ropes, the bell, and possibly the referee. He dismissed any controversy surrounding the decision, firmly asserting that Usyk won fair and square. He also criticized Fury's post-fight remarks, implying that the judge's decision was influenced by his empathy for Ukraine's war with Russia, although acknowledging Fury's emotional state. Despite acknowledging Fury's post-fight remarks, but many are also anticipating whether John Fury will face Carl Froch in the ring to put an end to their feud. What do you think will happen? That's all for today. Please let us know in the comments and remember to like, as well as join the channel. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Turn on the bell to receive the most recent notifications so you never miss out on videos like this.